Hey guys, welcome back to the Nostalgic Neighborhood. This week's video takes you inside Dirtyfest 3, maybe the biggest and raddest old school BMX reunion on the planet. Imagine getting the chance to step back into the 80s, not just to see the bikes, but to watch your heroes, guys you only saw in magazines back in the day, riding again, to shake their hands, grab a photo, maybe even share a laugh, and if you're up for it, race against them. And all around you, so many of the brands we grew up with, Skyway, Amy Grips, ODI, Mongoose, Torker, Supercross, CW, Peregrine, JMC, SE Bikes, the legends, the gear, the vibe, it's all here. Okay, so if you've never heard of Dirtyfest, here's the quick backstory. It started with the Dirty Knobs podcast hosted by BMX icons Mike Miranda, Eric Carter, and James Vicente. A few years back, Mike had a wild idea. What if the old school BMX community had a reunion, a place where the former pros could race like they were kids again, but open to everyone, a public celebration of the golden age of BMX, and Dirtyfest was born. Every year it transforms Vailocity Bike Park, nestled within the KOA Vail Lake Campground just outside of Temecula, California, into a full-on BMX time machine. We're talking racing, bike shows, a massive vendor village, flatland jams, freestyle demos, foot-down battles, and now the legendary 80s costume party. This year's event featured over 30 vendors, a full 1980s style dirt track, and so many chances to connect with legends and discover new gear. So yeah, when I had the chance to go, I flew out from St. Louis to San Diego, rented a car, and made my way towards Temecula. It's been probably 10 years or so since I really explored the coast, so I decided to hit a few spots before heading east. First stop was La Jolla Cove to check out the sea lions, and I'd never been there before. It was wild seeing them up close, barking, swimming, and piled up on the rocks. Then I drove up to Torrey Pines glider port. I didn't even know it existed, but the views here were amazing, and watching the gliders launch off the cliffs was super cool. After that, I cruised up to Encinitas to check out McGill's skate shop. I'd been to their old location years ago, but this was my first time visiting the new one. I didn't film inside, it's a small shop and they had customers and music playing, but I grabbed a photo out front and I had a quick chat with the guy working. Super friendly dude, and of course, since we don't have In-N-Out back home, I had to stop there for dinner before making the drive to the hotel in Temecula. Okay guys, here we are, day one. We made it to Temecula last night. I'm at the Signature Hotel. I'm about to have breakfast with Kevin and Bernie from Cruising in the 808, and then we're gonna head over to Dirtyfest in a little while.
Dirtyfest or bust!
Yeah! All right guys, we're here at Dirtyfest. It's Friday morning, like, I don't know, 10:30, something like that. I've got Kevin and Bernie. We had a nice breakfast. We've got Sheepdog Kevin Hull coming over. What's up, Kevin?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good to see you, yeah. Right on.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, it's Kevin.
How's it going? Kevin.
How you doing? Nice
Yeah. You guys know Kevin was one of the racers in Rad. So and the clips of all the guys, there's
Yeah. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So first time doing this thing, so
First time here for Dirtyfest?
For Dirtyfest, so
Nice.
so cool.
yeah, just pulled up.
Oh, this is Josh Bearda. Yeah. Yeah, I met him down in Tulsa last fall. He's a fun guy to hang out with.
Well, we were just talking, like I met Mike Miranda at Orange White. I mean, I was 9, 10. He was the coolest guy.
So yeah, before we even got out of the parking lot, we were already running into old friends and familiar faces from online. It was a great vibe right from the start, just making our way into the grounds. Before we go much further, I think it'll help to give you a quick overview of the layout. I've got this aerial shot here to walk you through it. Up here in the back, you've got the main parking lot. Just ahead of that is the food court area. This is where all the food trucks and hangout spaces were set up. Over to the left, right about here, is where the bike show happened on Saturday. It's not set up in this shot, but that's the area. And then just past that was the swap meet section. The main Dirtyfest entry gate was off to this side. Okay, so as you walk through from the parking lot, you pass through the food court, then right into the vendor area, which runs up and down this whole stretch here. The racetrack snakes around this section, and the finish line was down near this end. And if we pan over this way, you'll see the starting gate up here. It was a really cool setup, tons to explore, but laid out in a way that felt easy to navigate. So yeah, making our way from the parking lot over into the vendor area. A lot of folks were still setting up, but we first stopped at the Amy Grips booth, which was a lot of fun.
Oh, lock-ons.
Hold on.
Got the Dirtyfest rings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are sick, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
15 pairs made.
Awesome.
Yep. 35 bucks a pair. Get them while they're hot, because when they're gone,
They're gone.
That's it, yeah.
look at them real close, Mike.
Yeah, I got it now. I got it now. Fantastic. Hollywood.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more. There you go.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Hey, we're ramping it up.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
Yeah. We saw that.
Hey.
The whole Dirtyfest thing up there. That's cool.
Right?
Oh, no way.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Nice.
We started making our way up the next row of vendor booths. There was music blaring in this area, so I probably won't be able to use a lot of the original audio without risking a copyright strike. But yeah, there were all kinds of vendors, each with their own setup and vibe. Here's Grab On Grips. They're reissuing some of their classic designs. Kevin and Bernie were stoked to see these, a bit of a nostalgia hit for them. I think they were a little bit before my time though, but still cool to see. And then coming up next, the latest scoop on the 26-inch Skyway Tough Wheels. You're gonna wanna hear this.
We actually sold Skyway
Okay.
in 2017.
Okay.
And the company that bought us, they moved all of the assets to Mississippi. So Tough Wheels are made in Mississippi right now.
Okay.
But when we sold Skyway, we already had a 26-inch design.
Oh wow.
We
Really?
had it designed and ready to release. We had customers that wanted
Yeah.
it. So we were ready to pull the trigger in 2016.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, when they bought us, we went through all the numbers again, and they've just kind of been, pushing it off, but kicking the can down the road.
Okay.
But it's still, in fact, I just redid the project case last month. So, and I mean, Torker wants them.
Yeah,
SC wants
yeah.
them.
I would rock them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd buy them in a heartbeat. Yeah.
No, everybody wants them. So
Yeah.
it's going to come. It's just I don't know when.
Okay.
Okay.
Another 10 years, hopefully not.
No, my hope was 2017. Yeah, we
Yeah,
would
yeah.
have had it.
Yeah.
We already had it going.
Do you know anything about the Street Beats, the US version? Is that a dead thing or is...
No, in fact, the Street Beats they're in sampling right now. And as far as the USA version, it's going to be a little behind the European version. Australia is doing a lot of it right now. So Australia will have Street Beats for sure this fall.
Okay.
Wow.
And they actually have a complete also. Complete Street Beats.
Oh, wow.
And another complete TA.
Wow.
Nice.
And some of those will come to the US. Through Australia.
Sure.
But we're just now doing another batch of TAs, original, 20-inch, 24, 26, and 29-inch TAs.
Oh wow.
So the 29-inch TA is new.
Your
Yeah, I have a
TA's 26?
I have a
Yeah.
26.
29 is new. We had 2 of them sampled and we had to make some changes.
Yeah.
But they'll come out. And then after that, we'll have probably Street Beat frame kits.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'll probably be Christmas maybe. Christmas of this year or spring next year.
Nice. It gives time to save up.
Yeah, it's, and we hate to say we're taking advantage because I do the same thing, And like I said, it's all close to my heart, but you have fans that just they live in that area.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not like we're making a bunch of them, We're not flooding the market, but they're definitely a cool thing.
Yeah.
I like them.
Here.
Hey guys, Bill Allen here, Crew Jones. I'm out here with Mike Miranda at Dirtyfest, and if you go to helltrack.net, we're now announcing the graphic novel that we're developing for the fans of the movie, and so we're inviting everybody to be a part of this movement. Go to helltrack.net and go balls out.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait to check it out.
Yeah, thanks guys.
And then you've got the logo. I'm going to zoom in
That's
on your
right.
hat.
We got a
there.
new logo,
Yeah.
and so you can order your hat and swag. We'll have some T-shirts out soon.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Thanks.
very
Yeah.
cool. Thanks a lot.
So yeah, chatting with Bill Allen and my friend Glenn was a blast. And at one point someone asked if they'd ever consider doing Rad 2. And on the one hand, there's always that fear with sequels. What if it's a failure and tarnishes the brand? But we started talking about how Rad would still be rad no matter what. Kind of like how the original original Star Wars trilogy still holds up, even if not everyone loved the prequels or the Disney stuff. And I thought Bill's response here was pretty funny. Check it out.
Parting with the Ewoks
Yeah.
in the jungle. Like, that's where this is all headed.
Playing, what are they, xylophone on their the Stormtrooper helmets? That's awesome. And then Robert Cardoza came up. I'd never met Robert before, but man, such a rad guy. Super friendly, full of great stories. One of the coolest things he shared was about his role in E.T. It turns out he was the stunt double for Greg, the older brother, during the bike scenes. I'll show more of his stories about the movie, but throughout the weekend, I got to talk to Robert a few more times, and every time he was just as encouraging and helpful. Really glad I got to meet him. Stay tuned for that.
Never makes sense. Boys are here. What's up, bro? Nice to see you.
What's up, Bob? Yeah.
Good job on your post.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Good job. All the edits and stuff.
I appreciate that.
You guys. On it.
Dude, Bob Haro recognized me from some of my Instagram posts. My mind was completely blown. I mean, the guy literally invented freestyle BMX, and here he is saying that he's seen my stuff. Totally unexpected, and honestly, one of the biggest highlights of the weekend. We stuck around his area for a while and actually helped set up his canopies. How fun. Don't meet your heroes unless they're BMX guys.
Yes.
Then meet them all.
Yes, then meet them in.
Yeah,
Meet every single one.
yeah.
Should we go one more down?
No. I think it's...
Set up next to Bob was Jay Oaks from BMX Breakthrough. He's honestly one of the nicest, most genuine guys that you'll ever meet, and his passion for the sport just radiates. I recorded a few minutes of him sharing about the mission behind BMX Breakthrough, and I'll be posting the full conversation in a separate video soon, but for now, here's a quick teaser. So we're here at the booth of BMX Breakthrough. We've got Jay Oaks, and he was telling Kevin and Bernie here a little bit of the background of what they do and how they help track operators. And I wanted to get some of his story on camera here. So let's...
All right, so these cards are...
Then I made my way down to the next vendor area. I'm kind of bummed. Somehow I lost the footage I took with Mindy and Kid at the Rad Designs 1986 booth and with Amanda from Dirt Society. I had some great conversations with them too. It's a bummer. While I was there, Eddie Fiola was showing off his wild reverse steering bike. Nearly impossible to ride, but super entertaining to watch people try. And if you're curious about that thing, I actually made a full video about it from our visit to Texas last fall, so be sure to check that out. Also in this section, the SC Bikes bus and canopy setup, S&M, Evil Alloy, and that massive tent complex from Torker and Supercross. I'll be showing off more of those booths and others like Mongoose and Saturday's footage, so stay tuned for that. But for now, we decided to head over to the merch table before everything started selling out. It was being manned by Mike Miranda's son, and man, check out the resemblance. I had a feeling he might be related, and sure enough, Mike walked up a minute later and gave him a quick hug. Super cool moment. Next up, we decided to take our posters and shirts back to the car so they wouldn't get bent or messed up. And on the way, we ran into Sean from Rad BMX Builds and Josh, who goes by Bearda on Instagram. Josh has picked up a couple of bikes from Sean over the years, including this custom 24-inch dyno that he brought out for the show. Super clean build, check it out. Then we headed up to the track to catch some of the practice runs. It's worth noting that the races themselves took place mostly on Saturday and Sunday, and they covered just about every category that you can think of: bike size, bike era, type of bike, rider age, all kinds of combinations. But yeah, throughout the day Friday, there was a steady stream of riders hitting the track to warm up. It was super fun to watch. We actually spent a couple hours just hanging out up there, but I'll be honest, it starts to feel a little bit repetitive on video, so I'll save most of the race footage for the next video. For now, let's take a quick overview of the track itself. I hiked up the ridge to get this long panning shot, and you can see the starting gate here on the right and the Dirtyfest sign off in the distance. The first turn is a high, fast-banked curve. The second turn, sharp and flat. That's where a lot of riders went down. People were coming in too hot and washing out left and right. A couple of folks actually got banged up pretty bad, and someone broke their collarbone. But once the word got around, most people learned to take it a little bit easier and made it through fine. After that, you've got a long straightway, some zigzags and curves through the lower section, and then it all wraps up at the big finish line at the bottom of the hill. And next up, I've pieced together some on-the-ground footage to give you a different perspective of just how rad this track really is. Seeing it from eye level gives you a whole new appreciation for the layout and the speed these riders were carrying. While we were up at the top of the track, we ran into Tim Lilthorpe, and I met him last year at the BMX Hall of Fame event. He's a super cool old school racer with a ton of knowledge and stories from back in the day. Tim runs the Radmatic YouTube channel and the Super Rad BMX podcast. Definitely worth checking out if you're into BMX history and deep dives. So yeah, at that point we were hungry, so we went down and grabbed some tacos from Chewy's in the early afternoon and just chilled out for a bit. After that, we made our way back up to catch more racing, and we spent some extra time hanging out with vendors and chatting with fellow BMX fans. We were just soaking it all in before it was time to head down to the center of the KOA for the evening activities. What a fun day. All right, we just finished up most of the day over at the main Dirtyfest area, and we're heading over to, what is it, tennis courts or something? Basketball courts, and they're gonna have a freestyle jam, a foot down jam, and who knows what other, and then guess the Bob Haro party. Yep. And so we're heading that way now.
Love that.
When we got down to the basketball courts, SE Bikes had their crew of younger riders out on the big bikes, putting on a demo. The whole wheelie bike scene isn't really my thing, but I've got to say it was super fun to watch. These kids had some serious skill, flow, and a ton of style. And by the end, they'd earned a lot of respect from the older guys in the crowd. Next up was the foot down competition. If you've never seen one, it's kind of like BMX Sumo. Everyone rides around in a tight circle trying to bump or block each other until someone touches a foot down, and if you do, you're out. There were so many riders that they had to split it into 2 groups, with the top few from each heat going into a final round. The energy was wild, crowd cheering, people yelling strategies, even a few dramatic takeouts. They opened up the pot to anyone who wanted to throw in cash, and the prize money ended up over at least a couple of grand. I've got full footage of the final round, including the winner. I'll share more of that in an upcoming video. After the foot down wrapped up, it was time for the Flatland Jam. Dave Nourie showed up along with a handful of other riders just throwing down, and then Corey Furmage rolled out on a 29-inch bike and started doing flatland tricks on it. Yeah, you heard that right, a 29er, and he was absolutely killing it. That whole scene was just awesome. Everyone was smiling, clapping, cheering, just pure BMX joy. After the Flatland Jam wrapped up, we made our way down to the KOA Clubhouse area for the evening presentation from Bob Haro. It was held in this really cool outdoor party space. Lights were strung up, picnic tables, a small stage, just a great vibe all around. This is where Bob Haro and John Bolgens were set to officially unveil the Iconics FS1, the first bike from the rebirth of the Iconics brand. While we waited for things to get rolling, Dave Nourie came out and did a few more flatland runs right in front of the stage, which was a great way to keep the energy up. Once the presentation kicked off, Bob and John shared some backstory and details behind the new bike and what Iconics is all about. If you want to see the full launch, including everything they shared, I've already posted that separately here on the channel, so be sure to check that out after this. Just an awesome way to wind down the day, good vibes, great people, and a big moment for the future of BMX. So that's day 1 of Dirtyfest 3. Stay tuned for the next video covering day 2 and day 3. More cool stuff to share, more legends, more bikes. This is just the beginning.